Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's February 23rd, 2026. Looking out at Baldy this morning. If you're enjoying this broadcast, we ask you to do a one-time donation or even better, sign up for that monthly sustaining membership. Today, we're going to have increasing clouds with above normal temperatures. A moist storm is coming in from the Pacific tonight, and it's going to last through Wednesday morning. So it's going to snow and rain at places all through tomorrow and Tuesday. And then we got a weak cold front that finishes out the storm, bringing in some winds and higher or more snow levels, lower snow levels. Looking out at the infrared this morning, you can see these two lows, one off BC, one further off the coastline, and these with their counterclockwise rotation is just tapping into this big stream of moisture that's coming up from Hawaii, which is good for snow. We have an AR3 or AR4, sorry, hitting the northern coast of California, other parts hidden as an AR3. And so that's a strong storm coming in that's going to last a couple days. Looking at the HER forecast, back this up a little bit, you can start to see that moisture coming in. And it's not until later this afternoon, almost into the evening hours, really, you can see that band above us is going to drop down into us or down south. And it's pretty impressive how this is lining up. So this is mostly westerly flow. So all the western mountains are going to hit this more than the White Clouds and Sawtooth and even Galena Summit. But you can see it move through the Snake Valley, the Snake River Valley right here with that heavy precip, um, and just kind of miss hitting Baldy hard and like I said, the boulders and pioneers. And this thing starts to drop to the south. And then we'll have a cold front come through on Wednesday. So I wanted to show you the precip amounts for tomorrow. This is not throughout the event, but you can just see the wettest zones are going to be Moores Creek, Trinity, Skeleton, all the spots to the west of the Smokies and Sawtooth. And then once you get to the east side of the divide, a lot of this is going to be rain shadowed. All right, now we'll look at some of the snow amounts. This is for tonight. Again, you can see most of the Sawtooths to the west of the Sawtooths are going to pick up good 4 to 6 inches, but the bulk of the storm is happening Tuesday throughout the day. And that's where we're going to see 8 to 12 inches across most of the zone, additional amounts. So we could be looking at over a foot of snow with this storm, especially in those western zones. Looking at this as the event, the whole event, you can see 18 to maybe even 24 inches if you're looking at this. Again, this is going to be happening on the western side of the Sawtooth Divide, so not as much over on the eastern side. You can see the White Clouds do pick up a good amount of snow, though. Let's play through how much snow we're going to get. So it comes in, this is by Tuesday afternoon. So you can see all these spots that were pointed out before with kind of Vienna picking up the most amount of snow, maybe over Williams Peak too, picking up about 2 feet of snow. And then getting even more as we get into Wednesday. So good amount of snow in the mountains. Gonna increase that avalanche hazard. Gonna want to check the Sawtooth Avalanche Center with the latest forecast. You can see the rain, or sorry, how much water content we're going to get out of this, those same spots could see up to 2.5 inches of rain. All those red dots here could see about 2.5 inches of rain. So that's the northern edge of the Smokies, the Sawtooth Crest, and then those hot spots like Pine, Featherville, Moores Creek, those spots that really do well with westerly flow. All right, looking out at the MBM models, you can see down in Haley, we're going to pick up mostly rain, might pick up a little bit of slushy snow tomorrow morning before it changes over the rain. That's another thing, the rain line's going to climb pretty high with this storm. It's going to get up to maybe 7,300 feet, so that's not Galena Summit, but about 1,000 feet below it. I think that's like around Galena Lodge level. I'd have to check that. Looking out at Titus, picking up 1.3 inches of water with about a little over a foot by the end of the storm, so that'll be a good refresh on the pass. Bogus Basin's going to pick up a lot of moisture, but not squeezing out too much in snow. It's actually going to start out pretty well with snow. And then if you look over on the left-hand side here, because this is happening throughout the day on Tuesday, when we get those warmer temperatures that typically happen in the middle of the day, it's going to change over to rain, it looks like. So not a good sign. We do have temperatures that are kind of on the line, so maybe it'll hold off with snow. Kind of cross your fingers, it holds off with snow. No one needs rain this winter. Looking out at Baldy, that's going to stay in the snow line because of higher elevation, but still not squeezing out too much of the storm, just a few inches. And that could change if this thing wants to shift a little bit more to the southwest, but because it's hitting the mountains with westerly flow, it's just going to hit those western sides of the mountains harder than the eastern side. All right, that's all I got. I'll do a quick run through of what this looks like on the 500 millibar chart. So we have these two lows. These are going to combine forces and shoot out a cold front on Wednesday, right about here. And then we're kind of in between two different storm systems. That close low, or it becomes a close low and just kind of spins out in the Pacific until it comes back for the weekend. That might set us up for another storm coming through. We'll just have to wait and see.